Hello, everyone. This is Monstertaming coming at you with another Kindred Fates newsletter. You might have noticed that I have a new mic here, sounding hopefully more crisp and clear. Thank you to the odd ones on YouTube. They actually got this for me as a Christmas gift. Been friends with one of the people who run that channel in real life for a while now. If you haven't already, you can go check them out. They are a YouTube channel. They haven't posted a ton of content, but maybe you'll like some of the stuff they have down. I think they might have also had a Twitch. I'm not 100% sure about that. But anyways, enough of the shout outs. Let's get over to the newsletter. So we're going to the community newsletter January 12th, 2024. Last month, we posted an announcement about our progress towards major goals. To sum it up very briefly, we completed our eternal milestone, a single player demo to share with potential publishers, but because we had to prioritize this, needed to push back the combat arena beta release. Really sorry for the disappointing news and hope this decision will lead to the best possible outcome for the game. Full announcement is available here. I also made a video on it. You can either go to the Discord or go to my video or wherever you'd like to read it or anything, or if you're not really interested, you can just keep going. As of the beginning of 2024, the beta is now our highest priority. Newsletter will cover the end of last year as well as the last 2 weeks of development. Progress. We made some improvements to terrain to the close to the edge of playable area. You now see the mountains in the distance, giving the map less an obvious edge. While they won't be playable locations, they make the horizon much more interesting and allow the environment to be more immersive. Here's a comparison of the old horizon and the new one. Before and after. Yeah, I think they do add some charm. In the coming weeks, it might be more difficult for us to share pictures and videos of our progress due to the nature of the work we're focusing on right now. Changing of how the system structure is the most visually appealing task. This isn't for certain, but we want to let you know about the possibility beforehand and do our best to include a visual whenever we're able. A few weeks ago, we managed to get the project to a known good and stable state. A major part of internal milestone we've been focusing on up until this point. This is because it allows us to create builds of the demo that feel good to play and we don't have any major issues. As a part of finishing up our single player milestone, we fixed many soft locks, enabling auto saving during cutscenes, gave friendly NPCs green health bars to help differentiate them from enemies during group battles. With our old milestone out of the way, we've started a bit of early spring cleaning in preparation for beta combat arena. Over the course of development, we identified a few problems in areas which we'd previously completed. It may be an issue causing poor performance, an overly complicated setup, and slows down development, etc. Some of these are in areas which we consider too risky to make changes while we were perfecting everything for the demo. Taking care of these issues has now allowed us to make the beta a much better experience. This sprint, we went back to those areas and fixed many of the issues we found. A lot got broken very quickly, but even in the sprint, we mostly returned to the previous state. We expect to iron out all the remaining bugs over the next few weeks. Also moved to a new way of picking out what parts of the games go into a particular build. This means that when we release a public build for the beta, we can say Kinfolk X should be in, but not Kinfolk Y. Then we can turn Kinfolk Y back for the QA testers with a simple toggle. This is a massive improvement over our old system, which involved moving Kinfolk Y's files in a complicated way. And keep in mind the average Kinfolk has 10 or more files, so tedious. This new system called addressables also applies to world, items, and basically everything else in the game. At the end of the sprint, we tackled automated testing once more. You may remember us discussing this before, but higher priorities forced us to leave it in a functional but incomplete state. Recent efforts have taken us the rest of the way, and we now expect a suite of easily expandable tests to run automatically each day against the game, both in the Unity editor and in a build out of the game. This will be a major benefit to the QA, who will now get a daily report indicating if any issues have been introduced by the previous day's work. This should go a long way towards ensuring that there are as few bugs as possible on day one for the beta. We've been doing all the foundational work on the development side for the beta. The QA testers have been continuing to look for bugs that come up in the edge cases in the single player portion of the game. They'll now be transferring to the beta once we have more specific things for them to test. Aside from the large scale changes above, we've polished the look and feel of Kidoki's animations. We've adjusted how he transitions between different movements, such as going from the end of attack to standing still. Since Lexicon is growing so much, we made a second page for it, the complete list, and we'll now only post relevant terms at the bottom from now on. Thanks for bearing with us. while I figure out the best way to format this section. And here again, like I said, I'm not going to read through the lexicons from now on, but you can come and pause the video if you like. Thank you for checking on us, and we hope you had a happy holiday and new year. And see you for our next newsletter on January 26th. Now, before we move on, there are a few comments down here. A comment is asking a question that some people might want clarified. So, and it does get clarified. So I'm going to include that. It's technically not part of the newsletter, but I figured it would be worth mentioning anyways. So, turn-based win asks, hold on, indeed, to whom did the contractual obligations belong if there was no publisher in the picture? They currently possess a single-player demo to share publishers. Numerous queries arise from this statement. Was the creation of the demo driven by pressure from publisher to advance negotiations? This would have made for an incredible newsletter. Antidote, beneficial for transparency. If a publisher rejected their alpha version, why did they agree to a non-disclosure agreement NDA preventing them from revealing work on a vertical slice, assuming the statement is accurate? And then Nevister, you may know her as Neve, one of the mods from the Kindred's Discord, responded with the explanation from the devs on conceptual allegations a bit, posted in the comments of Gym Leader Ed's video is, hey Ed, just wanted to give you some extra background information about Kindred's news. I hope this helps clarify some things. It's pretty common in the game and tech industry for developers and publishers to sign mutual NDAs before committing to each other. This prevents either party from leaking information about the process while it's ongoing. The website Cyberry gives a good general overview of the NDAs in the tech industry, and for the most part, the most important part of the article is mutual NDAs are commonly used when parties consider entering into a business relationship and require the sharing of confidential information to evaluate this potential relationship. There's also a more in-depth article about games called Understanding Non-Disclosure Agreements, NDAs, in the game industry by Argo Law. I'm not posting the websites directly here in order to keep out YouTube spam filter. Should be easy enough to find. It's probably worth noting that we're not associated with either of these websites. They just provided the best summaries we could find online. Thanks, as always, for talking about Kindred. We appreciate you. So that's a little bit of behind the scenes on what the NDAs go on and why the transparency is at the level it's at. But still, thank you guys for watching. Let me know how the new mic sounds. I might get back to posting actual regular content again if the mic is looking like it's going to work fine. And until next time, hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye. God bless, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.